Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Thrawn's Revenge Imperial Civil War 2.2 preview playthrough as the Imperial Remnant. In the last episode, we managed to resecure Kuat, but not before the New Republic got one of their fleets over to blockade Coruscant. And so we're going to have to deal with that. But first what we're going to do, I'm actually just going to start building some infrastructure on Kuat. So let's get 2 hypervelocity guns in. Let's also... We won't get Kuat drive yards just yet because we're mostly still just building the patron ships right now. Generally, that is probably what I'd go for, but we have a ton of the patron ships to get back in here. So let's grab Lollipop and Catamount, as well as Supreme Victory, and we'll get Hitman and Carrion Spear as well. Let's just get as many as we can over here, too. So this should give us a good amount of frigates. We are still trying to eliminate some of Zinj and the Greater Maldru's forces in this area. We would like to get rid of them altogether, because it does look like Warlord Zinj is starting to make his way out into some of the New Republic territory through the back there. And I do kind of want the last thing to be us against the New Republic. We are building over at Jameis the Dark Empire event. We're a quarter of the way there. So that is probably going to finish this episode. So what we're going to do first, I think, is get over into Tangreen. But what I'd actually like to do is get more vision. So let's do that. That should give us pretty much a clear view of all this stuff in this area. If we can secure all this stuff in this area and reinforce Tackle's fleet over here, then I think we'll be able to start accomplishing some more of our goals. Where's... Yeah. I don't like how close some of the planets end up having to be here. But, oh, there they are. So there are 7 of those guys, 8 of those guys. We have a lot of ground units here. I don't know if the bonus from Tackle will be enough for this. If I'd been able to bring back that ISD, that would have been very helpful for this, but oh well. We could retreat from this, because this is going to be pretty hard for us to win, pretty costly for us to win, and I feel like we can beat their ground invasion with what we have there. That might be the best thing to do, rather than risk our entire fleet here. Especially with all those ground forces. Why are some of them at an angle?
Your orders.
Choose your reinforcements.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Prepare for jump to hyperspace.
Where do we get a goal in? Oh well. That was their goal in, actually. Okay. Alright, so let's get you into the fleet over there. Let's get you guys over this way. You guys back over this way as well. I'm gonna keep building that stuff up. Hold on. I could swear we have a 3rd fleet somewhere. Where are they? Did they all... No, because we have... Where's the SSD? Where's the inevitable? How do you lose a super... Oh, is that it? I think that's it. Okay, we didn't lose a Superstar Destroyer.
Construction.
It's just in transit. False alarm, everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Okay, that's a little bit of something to worry about. So, what are we dealing with? We got... it's mostly VSDs and 1 Executor. Let's... Just until we have another capital ship or 2 in that fleet, let's go over here. And I'm going to keep building up some of this stuff on the ground here.
Unit in production. Enlisting soldiers. Enlisting.
This is where we'll get all our ground stuff. Alright.
Tactical battle imminent.
Battle of Linnaea.
Complete.
I'm going to try to keep vision on these guys, just so that SSD doesn't come in and mess us up. But okay, there you go. Get you back in there. It looks like they just used that opportunity to fly those guys out. So let's send Tackle over, and we'll at least clear off Coruscant.
Tactical battle imminent.
Oh, there's more of those. Okay, that's just... Oh, wow. Okay. Let's actually jump past Linnaea. Let's go to Axilla. We'll take out this little bit of Zinja's fleet. So we'll get Terranald's Creed out of here. He seems to have lost most of his ability to construct capital ships, especially in this little area. So that's probably why he just has the VSDs everywhere plus the SSD. Okay. So this should be a pretty safe, easy victory for us.
Moving out. We've located the enemy.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's jump in Zenith of Tyranny first, so that I can absorb some of the fire. We'll jump in some stuff behind it.
Navigating. Moving out. Heading out.
And we should be good with this. Let's get GFC in here.
Closing on target. Intercepting.
Alright, focus on Screed. While you're here. So I think our main goal for this episode will be to, in the south, we'll just try to shore up some of our forces. We'll get ready for Palpatine to spawn in Abyss, and that's when we're really going to start going into the New Republic down at the bottom. We will lose Thrawn, but this fleet we're going to try to leave up here and keep them going on Zinj and the Greater Maldrude. So that should work out, because if we can take down the SSD while we have Thrawn, then there shouldn't be too much else in this area that can challenge us, other than Iron Fist itself. And Iron Fist is a bit further south. Okay, let's try to take out the concussion missiles on you. Okay, for Axon, you are going to be going down. I do feel like we have enough bombers to take out that SSD. I just want to make sure that once that happens, we have enough other ships that we can take out the many VSDs that they have.
The lasers are our target. Who's ahead? Attacking.
Okay.
Reporting in. Open fire. Getting a lock. Let's attack that target. Enemies on target. Roger that. Opening fire on the torpedo.
There we go. We lost 2 Lancers in Firaxon. Not altogether the worst thing. We have that cleared off. Let's just keep the vision in there. Get you guys over. I'm gonna make sure we don't have more ground stuff than I'm thinking about here. There's Coruscant. So this is fairly simple. It's just one capital ship now, one MC-40. We'll take a look at the graphs as well after this.
Lancer frigate ready.
Oh yeah, when you have an HV gun here too. So this will be really simple. Where is that guy? I'm trying to position it based on where it seems like it is on the minimap there, but it's the perspective kind of skews it a little bit. I mean, I can just wait until we... Oh, wait. There it is.
Choose your reinforcements.
There they are. Blast them.
Alright. Harbinger.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Talus, Harbinger actually come in this time. We can tackle this
We shall
from the
be there
front.
shortly.
Ha.
Attacking target.
Ah. 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 Lollipop can come in and help us with the little guys. Bad Omen as well.
To coordinate.
And Donger.
Right away.
Okay.
Form up.
So that should be pretty much everything we need to take care of these guys. We don't need to overkill and waste fuel and all that stuff.
Attacking.
Your command, sir.
Pursuing enemy
Closing
forces.
on enemy.
I copy.
Intercepting.
Targeting. Reporting. Our target priority is the laser
Taking them
class.
out.
Star Destroyer
All
standing
right.
by.
We got a
Our
bunch of the little
primary position
marauders.
is down.
Target critical.
Our launch bay is gone.
Here we go. Like killing fish in a barrel. There was only one fish tank there, actually. It's supposed to be shooting fish in a barrel. That seems like it would be kind of hard, actually. Didn't Mythbusters do an episode on that?
Mauler ready.
Moving out.
Alright. There's everything we need there. So how many forces... Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was, actually.
Right
So
away.
it looks like that SSD is still just holding over there. Let's
Destination set.
Kedrick will actually be a level 3 shipyard in the release, but
Vehicle in
okay,
production.
for Axon it's Treason then, City of Angels,
Reporting.
and Indefatigable,
Production.
Solemn Vow,
Unit.
Mauler ready.
Showdown.
Production.
Once those are all done, we can probably even take out that SSD.
Right away.
Okay, and this should be enough to go in on Linnaea.
Cruiser reporting.
Actually, can I open the graphs while this is happening? Yes, I can. Economy's going up. Their military and ours is sort of tracking each other, but we're catching up pretty slowly, but we have more planets. So I'd say that means we're a little over a third of the way there. Or maybe like we're 2/5, New Republic is 2/5, Zinj is 1/5.
The enemy is approaching. Reporting. What can I do? Can do.
Turret constructing.
Can I help?
It's always kind of weird when you start this close to the...
Shields up. Choose your reinforcements.
Alright, well,
Awaiting orders. Moving out.
I guess we'll have to drop stuff.
On my way.
I don't like the planets that are only
Construction complete.
maxed out at like
Course.
5 pop cap.
Capacity.
So we'll probably have to add in another landing zone somewhere on this map.
Squad.
I know it's a base one, so
Sensor node
that's
constructed.
probably why it escaped without one, but
Construction complete. Turret constructed.
Ready.
alright, there comes the Raptors.
Battalion standing by. Yes, sir. Mauler ready. I've got them on scopes.
So I think I've talked about it before, how between the episodes, when I'm about to start recording, I'll generally just like stop everything else that I'm doing in the game, and I'll build up the next
Time Mauler. Copy.
era change event just to make sure that the script is still working. And so when I did that, I noticed there was something interesting that's going to happen when we get to era 3. So I won't spoil it, but
Turret constructing.
let's waste 20 more credits.
Reporting in.
Yes, Commander.
Can you get over here too?
Destination set.
Construction
I'm just
complete.
going to speed it up while that's happening. least we know where the artillery is.
Bombing run
Ready for
available.
orders.
Bombing run cancelled.
Okay, let's get...
Target acquired. Ready.
Roger that. Target confirmed.
Coordinates.
Then when it's starting to tank it, you guys get over there. Oh,
Attack.
nope, never mind.
Roll out. Fire.
Alright, there we go.
Deploying. AT-AT ready.
Can you get back... Where's a good...
Squad.
Where's a good build pad for you?
Armored transport ready. Roger that.
Not sure.
Open fire.
I kind of want to remove the specialist from this. Oh god.
Scanning for enemies.
There. Just have the specialists be on their own. No, don't. You don't need to shoot it. You can just capture it. It's not that.
Reporting in.
It's not that big a
My way,
deal.
sir.
We've secured an abandoned
Form up.
sensor array.
So how are we looking? I think if you guys go around this way, you can take out the.
Attack that target.
You know, you don't even need to do that. You can just here.
Commencing bombing run.
Bombardment available.
What's the most pressing thing to bombard? Probably just the shield generator.
Bombardment incoming.
Roger that.
And you can walk on through, even though there's nothing really you need to do.
Awaiting orders.
We've mostly dealt with the actual units here.
Target.
Unit destroyed.
This probably should have been our bombardment target.
Form up.
Alright. Seems like that's going to be it for Linnaea. So we just got this little company right there.
To secondary position.
And I think the rest are... Oh, no. Barracks. Barracks.
Weapons armed. Walker moving to attack.
I don't want to send these guys into an anti-vehicle turret, because I feel like that's just going to wreck it.
Awaiting your orders.
I'll send an AT-AT into one, though. Apparently a bunch of Nova Troopers.
Move out.
Copy. Targeting at maximum firepower. Right away.
Actually, you can just go straight for that. You don't need to skirt around everything.
Charged. Attack. Heading out.
Right. Now that that's done, you guys...
Fire.
Hey. Hey. There we go.
Victorious.
No more damage.
System
Alright.
conquered.
There, we have Linnaea.
Beginning construction.
Starters are here.
Constructing.
And I guess that means it's
At once.
pretty much time to go in.
Unit in production.
Mauler ready.
2 more of those. We can go for Axilla first if we need to.
Setting course.
I kind of think we can actually take out that fleet.
Construction complete.
We have enough fighters to deal with the SSD, and then
Cruiser reporting.
it's just
Starters are here.
let's wait for this first ISD, and then we'll do it. Let's
Speed.
group up at Corvus Minor.
Star destroyer reporting
I'm gonna put those down on the ground at Linnaea.
Heading
Oh.
out.
Yeah, well, we can definitely deal with that and then go for the SSD. So how are we doing down here? Let's combine you into
Coming
there.
about.
You over here.
Construction complete.
Akasi. We can get Thrawn's
In
Revenge.
production.
Okay, we're at 85%, so we really need to get going with Thrawn here. No time to wait. And then I think we should just jump straight from here to wherever the
Tactical battle imminent.
SSD is waiting.
Vehicle in production.
Whether it's Fry Junction or Axilla, I don't think they'd have... Maybe they'd have reinforced Axilla because then they want to attack. But I hope that SSD didn't get too far away. I we really need to take it out with this fleet, with Thrawn and all the fighters and bombers. The new Lancers also, Slevard finished the model and UV map last night, so we should be able to get that textured before the release of 2.2.
En route. Proceeding.
We're really
Moving out.
pushing for time on that too. There's another feature that we covered in Monday Night Modding, so for anyone who is not familiar, every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday I do live streams on Twitch, and every Thursday I do live streams on YouTube. There's a link to the Twitch channel in the description, which I have been copying over without the actual thing to make it a hyperlink several times, but it should be good now. But on Mondays, I'm basically doing live mod work or doing different previews for stuff, and Evil Bob the Bob from Phoenix Rising came on the last one, which was last night, and we were showing off something he's been working on that we're using in Thrawn's Revenge, and he's going to be using in Phoenix Rising in the future, where you can have randomized starting forces in Galactic Conquest, which is something we're using for From the Ground Up. I'd like to do a separate feature preview for that, because it seems to warrant it, where we'll go over how that works. But it does mean that there should be a lot more replayability to something like From the Ground Up. It can also scale the starting forces with difficulty, so if you're playing on hard, you're going to get a much harder start than if you're playing on easy or normal. Though one of the things that we did address in 2.2 that will make it less frustrating is that you won't be dealing with like 7 Viscounts in the first week. The AI should be more bound by actual build limits.
The lasers are our target. Our engines are gone, sir.
Right, well this is gonna be... we're gonna lose a couple ships here, because VSDs aren't the worst against other ships.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. Form up. Coming around. We've got them on scopes.
Cruiser reporting.
Destroyer here.
Alright. We did lose, I think, one vendor.
Launch barrel has been destroyed.
Let's get Revenge of the Empire in here. We're gonna lose Spartan's Pride.
Do you have something to report? Weapons ready.
Copy. Attack commencing.
Our engines are out. They've destroyed our
I copy. Heading to destination.
Falling out of formation.
Squadron standing by. Watch for enemy ships.
I've got him.
The lasers are our target.
Draw their fire.
Reporting.
He's about to be destroyed. He's headed your
Our
direction.
target priority
They've
is the
destroyed
laser
our
cannons.
ion cannons.
Formation.
Our shields are down.
They're in position.
Star
Our
destroyer
primary engine
standing by.
system is down.
Alright, I think we did lose one of our Star Destroyers.
Finish him. Watch your back.
I am ready.
Intercepting.
Choose your reinforcements.
Yeah, let's try to get a couple more in here.
Move out. Let's go.
Reinforcements en route.
Have to try to protect Thrawn here.
Taking fire.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, go for the station now.
Awaiting
I think we've pretty much narrowed this down to the last bits of their fleet.
Reporting in.
Returning to your
Enemies in
position.
range. Awaiting command.
Regroup. Ties reporting.
Awaiting
Our
your
launch
orders.
bay has been disabled.
Awaiting your command.
We won't be around much
Okay, you
longer.
stop there.
The lasers are our target.
Go for stuff.
Crews are online.
What is
Our
it you
primary
want?
engine
We've
system is
lost our
down.
launch bay.
And you head in a little bit more.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Getting a
I
lock.
think your shields are going to start going down.
Target delayed.
We'll send you into the
Ready for the
into the Golan.
Closing on target. I got main target.
Setting up my
Your
run,
command,
sir.
Pursuing enemy forces. I got him. My scopes are jammed. I've been hit.
Right, what do we have down here? Oh,
Changing
you guys are just chasing some...
Engines are malfunctioning. Engaging the enemy.
Where even is the interceptor you're chasing? I guess it's...
I'm on this one.
yeah, it's doing the weird, stupid squadron thingy.
Blasted scum.
Okay, so there's that. We're going to be looking for their SSD. We definitely need to get there before Palpatine does. Oh, come on.
I've got him.
Commander,
Oh well.
reporting in. We're moving out.
Awaiting orders. Getting a lock.
Okay, we lost its treason then, Firaxan, Dodacy, and Spartan's Pride. So it's either got to be Farai Junction or Exila. So it's Farai Junction.
Tactical battle imminent.
Camp. Well. Need one more.
Constructing
Come on.
unit.
Okay, let's check Farai Junction. Let's get you up here.
Helm ahead full.
And yes, there it is. It's fairly alone as well.
System
No! Okay, so it's time for the Empire's ultimate victory. Or the time for the Empire's ultimate victory has come. Mobilize the fleets. So, when we're doing the air change events right now, we typically leave them pretty sparse on ships, because we want to make sure the actual events themselves are firing. But what's happened here is because the New Republic beat the Eridu Authority, they had nowhere to retreat their stuff to, so it went to the nearest neutral planet. So even though Biss was locked, we ended up with a giant Eridu Authority fleet in the core. So that's going to be a thing that happens. We're going to have to clear that out, and we got to kind of hope that the New Republic doesn't go for Biss. So we're going to have to move. We're going to have to try to force them out. We're going to have to move our forces away, and we'll do. That sucks. We needed Thrawn. Oh well. We have we have the Eclipse now though, so it's just kind of landlocked right now. I think if we brought it up, we'd be able to queue the battle, but I just want to make sure we don't risk it like that. You know what, let's actually bring the entire fleet over for this. So we'll get Farai Junction cleared out of this SSD. We'll keep this fleet doing its job up in the north, and we will we'll go over down to Biss. One of the things we're actually thinking about doing for the air change event between Thrawn and Palpatine is if Thrawn is still alive, keep him around. Either that or send him back to the Empire of the Hand. But the thing is, with the voluntary ones, we want that to be the advantageous ones. And it's not super advantageous to hand Thrawn back to another faction you're going to be fighting. So the most likely thing there would be that we send it, or that we keep it, or keep him
Choose your reinforcements.
on the Imperial Remnant.
Reinforcements canceled.
So let's get in as many fighters as we can.
We'll be there soon. Moving out. Heading out.
We don't have Thrawn's combat bonus,
Coming
but
around.
Increase the flank.
we'll try to find a way to manage.
Heading to destination.
Moving out.
Reinforcements en route.
Roger that.
Okay.
Fire.
Concentrate all fire on that Superstar Destroyer.
Open fire. Form up. Full speed.
Ready for battle.
Well, you guys probably don't need to do that, but
Destroyer here.
oh, keep clicking on the wrong thing.
Where are the others?
I copy.
Okay, this fleet is specifically set up to kill an SSD.
Our engines are gone, sir.
Under control. Tightening up. Watch
Our
it.
shields are
Scanning
down.
around.
Gun crews
Returning to your position.
ahead full.
Get in there.
Roger that.
Get those bombers.
Let's finish him.
TIE fighters go in. The scimitars we can use for either anti-fighter or
Star destroyers
bomber duty, depending on how we're feeling. But
Closing on
right now, I think the
Star
Pursuing
destroyer
enemy
reporting in.
forces. Intercepting. Taking them out. Engaging the enemy.
the former is the way to go.
He won't be around much longer.
I'm gonna try to get everything over on. No, stay on this side.
Primary engine system
I didn't want you to go up that far. Oh well,
Increase power to weapons.
you're gonna die.
Taking out our launch pads. We're moving out.
Our lasers are down. Our engines are
We'll make sure we have these other ones down.
The
navigating.
shields on holding.
Target critical. Targeting the laser system.
Yes, Commander.
Locking on.
Awaiting orders. We've lost the iron cannons.
Our launch bay has been
Attacking target.
disabled.
so that they're not
Torpedo launcher has been
pulling any
destroyed.
funny business on us.
The lasers have been
Thrawn's
destroyed.
bonus would have been so good for
Lasers
this.
are our target.
Our lasers
So much
have been
better.
destroyed.
Cover me now.
Yeah, I want you guys to focus on this side.
Awaiting your orders.
It's like you guys don't even watch the episodes. Come on. How are you going to be part of my empire if you're not even watching the episodes?
Primary target.
Choose your reinforcements.
Awaiting your
They've
command.
destroyed our
Fire at
torpedo
will.
launcher.
Our launch bay is gone. Your command, sir.
Watch
Our
him. He's
primary
coming
engine
around.
system is
He's
down.
about to be destroyed.
I'm losing. Falling out of formation. Draw their fire.
Okay, it's definitely good that we didn't fight this with all the support ships
Our
then.
primary target is
Waiting
those iron
orders.
cannons.
Go after them.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Go after the stragglers.
Yes, sir.
Alright, we're starting to... You're in the blind spot, so that's good.
Reporting in.
You're going to be taking a fair amount of the fire here.
Our target priority is
If
the
we can
laser
get this outer line of weapons, that's mostly the turbo lasers.
The lasers are our
I don't think we'll be able to save it, but... Here, you fly in a little bit more. You can.
Copy.
Yes, Commander.
Nope, stop.
The iron cannons are
Never mind then. Okay, see if you can go forward then a little bit.
Taking fire.
We've lost the
Your
iron
orders, sir.
cannons.
This fleet isn't going to be much of a fleet after this.
Our lasers are destroyed.
Hitting us.
Our shields are down. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
I probably shouldn't have jumped in here. If we jumped in further down here, it would have been longer before the SSD got into range. We would have been able to do more damage with the bombers first.
The lasers have been destroyed.
But I didn't expect it to take out everything that fast.
Take out the iron cannons.
Standing by. Disable those ion cannons.
Ready. Bombs deployed. Target the lasers.
Cruiser standing by.
So we didn't have very many tanky ships. We have Zenith of Tyranny, but
The lasers
the Venators are pretty squishy. They were just here for their fighters. They weren't supposed to get
Our
into the main
target
line of
priority
fire.
is the laser
Bomber
cannons.
standing by. Bomber squadron reporting.
Form up. The lasers are our target.
It's gonna just tear through you too.
Targeting the laser systems.
Awaiting orders.
directing all fire at the missile launchers. Our
Let's
primary target is those iron cannons.
get the turbo lasers actually.
Orders. Those laser banks are the primary target.
If we can actually just spread out their fire a little bit more.
Reporting. The primary targets are the ion cannons.
Sir. Attacking the lasers.
Yes, sir.
Bombers at the ready. I have the target in sight.
Yes, Commander.
Squadron standing by.
How are we doing? Not fantastic.
Ready to receive orders. Target the lasers.
Where are the closest turbo lasers? Okay, so over there, they're already getting attacked.
Attacking the lasers. Targeting the laser systems.
How many hard points do you have left?
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Copy.
I think the safest play after this is to go after Zinj with,
Those
well,
laser
Lusankya with
banks are
the with the
primary
Eclipse.
Target. Target the lasers.
Lusankya and
Those
Iron
laser
Fist.
banks are the primary target.
We've got to start focusing on the rebels a bit more. I was really hoping this fleet would survive
The
and we could
lasers
keep
are our
it
target.
I copy.
patrolling the north, because this could mean Zinj and Greater Maldrud have a bit of an area to resurge.
Attacking the lasers.
Well, I don't think Greater Maldrud so much, because they're pretty much isolated, and Zinj seems to be taking some territory away from the New Republic,
Target
which
the
is,
lasers.
I think that's a good
Target
thing for
priority is
us.
the laser cannons.
I mean, the fact that they're not taking it away from us is a good thing,
Our
but
target priority is the laser cannons.
the fact that they're taking it at all is not great.
The lasers are our target. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Okay. We win, and Zenith of Tyranny doesn't die. But but our fleet has been significantly reduced.
We are victorious.
So I guess if I jumped in more... Well, I guess down there was its blind spot too, so... Okay. Well, let's get you over here. All of our ground forces.
Setting course.
Gonna check that again.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
What are we looking for? Let's get...
Tactical battle imminent.
Oh, there's camp. Corrin's doing it again.
Barracks destroyed.
Star Destroyer reporting in. Move out.
Dathomir. So I'm going to add in the Air 3 patrons for the next episode. So anyone who wants an allegiance or anything, now's a good time to request it. There are a couple that I've got to add in. Let's get Devastator.
Production.
Let's get
Vehicle in
all
production.
you guys back.
Vehicle in production.
We're going to fill those buys back up. Okay, so this is going to be a simple one. Let's take a nice simple victory.
Invasion commencing.
And then after this, I think this will be the last battle for this episode. Next episode, we're going to break out the Eclipse from Biss, and we'll probably try to kill Lusankia if we can.
Reporting.
Sensor node
Order
constructing.
acknowledged.
Choose your reinforcements.
Destination set. On my way, sir.
Right away.
All right.
Construction complete.
Yes, Commander.
We've actually removed the hardpoints from the ATTE for now. There were just a few
I copy.
ways that the ground hardpoints were a little bit problematic. We'll potentially try to reinstate them in a future release in 2.3 when we're doing a bit more work on ground. But for now, it was just simplest to keep some of the systems
Let's go.
the same.
Look,
Keep
sir,
going.
it's them. Fire.
Oh right, that would have been after I did the split off of the
Yes, sir. Open fire.
LP build. So in the main build they're split off, but in the LP they'll still be
Attacking.
all in one.
Moving to secondary.
There's been a bit of a texture update to the ATT. The animation still needs some work. We've posted a video of the original ATT animations, and then you can see how it, if you've seen that, you'll see how it's very different in game to what the animations were initially, because they were animated in Maya 2016, I think, and then we transferred it over to 3ds Max 9 to export it. It just, some of the settings don't stay the same, so you get some real screwiness, which makes me sad. But anyways, that is going to do it for this episode. We are well on our way to having an eclipse that's functional in the galaxy. We'll be able to build our Sovereign at some point as well. We've got quite a bit of money to save up before then. So we'll get all these fleets coming in here. We'll have Pelion, we'll have the Inevitable. We have... are these... Okay, these aren't torpedo spheres, they're just turrets. I don't think we'll need too much to kill them. So that is going to do it for today's episode. So thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the playthrough so far. And we will be back tomorrow with the next episode. Bye.